recording.
Got it. I like that. That's the acceptance.
Got it.
Right on.
Ooh. Welcome everybody.
Hi.
We're
Hello.
done. Amazing.
Yeah.
8 weeks together working on the advanced project. So so proud of you. I took a look at the app on my phone this morning and I was like, what? Looks so great.
I know.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna do the kind of the usual stuff, except we don't have to look ahead to any future tickets. So
Weird.
yeah, right. So we'll do demos. I'm gonna share the control chart and stuff though first because it tells an interesting story. Let's see what the story is.
Oh boy, I cannot wait to see.
It's really fun because it really does kind of capture the course of the project. Of course, I'm stalling while I get my Zoom windows in place. So, and last week we looked at the cumulative flow chart as well, so flow diagram. So we'll do that as well. But
Yay! Yay!
Connecting.
hi Katya, welcome.
Hi, Katya.
Hello.
So we were just looking at the control chart, or we were about to. So so yeah, so this is, let's see, I think those are the right things. Actually, this is what happened before. Okay, so yeah, so I think you all are familiar with sort of how the control chart works at this point. But I thought it was really interesting how the first sort of, I guess, almost half of the project, it's sort of consistent in this like it's like this kind of like the stretch where we were mostly working off the board on sort of pre-scoped issues that were sort of right-sized by us in advance and all that kind of stuff, and had this kind of consistent cadence. We hit a point in the project where we got to the hard stuff and our average kind of went up, but I also feel like that's the point where you all started to take a little more ownership over the project, and it was so things took a little longer, but you also were like you were digging in and like kind of finishing things that were pretty difficult to, like high level stuff. So
yeah.
And then here this last this is really fascinating to me, like this last week, like you and I think especially Alejandro like really went all in on this concept of like really small stories that you could kind of complete quickly, right? So we see this last stretch here of so I guess the overall average here, let's see, for the whole project is like whatever that is, little over 4 days. But if we were to look at this last, just whatever period this is, that average went down to 1 day. So in a lot of ways, like the having small independent little issues and PRs and stuff is a fantastic way to develop. Like if we we had a session on right sizing. Like if we could go through and chunk everything down to that level and have those all be independently shippable pieces of value for end users, which a lot of these things were, it was an improvement in icons or whatever, then that makes for a really predictable flow. So, but anyway, it was I just thought it was kind of fun to look over the course of the project and see those kind of ebbs and flows, right? And it's also reflected here in the flow diagram where we just had this kind of flurry of new issues that were created, and but we also we ever crossed that line of like more issues created than things that were getting done. So we were making new issues and closing them really fast. So so yeah, anyway, that's enough of me talking. Any questions about those two things? Cool. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing and turn it over to y'all to to show us the final product.
I love seeing y'all like kind of scramble last minute to figure out who's going to do what in demos, because that's absolutely what happens in real life. It literally happened to my team yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say yesterday. Yeah.
It was like a couple minutes before demo and we were like, shoot, what do we do? And then of course we go to like test what we were going to demo and it's not working as expected. This can't be right. Like scrambling, panicking last minute. So very real life.
Yes.
Very real.
I remember reading in Slack, Stacy's like, I better figure out what I'm going to demo today.
Wrapped up. Big thing, finally.
I think since I'm not sure, I know Alejandro, you said that you would like to do the map view. And I think, and Katya and Megan, did either of you want to demo anything today, or are you good to just kind of chat about other parts of it? What would you like before we get into it?
I guess, are we demoing the app as a whole, or are we just talking about the work that was done last week?
Yeah, I think it'd be good to kind of demo the app. So we can talk about what we did in the last week as well, but kind of give a walkthrough of the app would be maybe a good thing to do. Just so we have one complete walkthrough of it. And then maybe we can then go through what the changes were between last week and this week. That'd be my suggestion.
We can demo any view or whatever. I just didn't feel comfortable from last week, so, but the rest of the functionality hasn't changed, so I can talk about that.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. And yeah, I can pick up whatever. I don't know how helpful or not helpful that is.
Well, maybe we should start with the map if Alejandro wants to do it, if that was what was going
Yeah.
on.
Okay, I am sharing my screen. Well, in our app, we try to work our design, change the colors, icons and buttons. And we work with the first part we work, it's a UI components. We try to create small components with an app, like icons, buttons as links. They components allow us create a new version or app, progressive web, and this is a view for the map. And we can we add some header in the top where you can search some place, New York City, for example. You search and you get new pins around New York City. Also, we create a small animation with the header bar. When you click the cross icon, it's revert. Also, in our pins, we change the color or the border or the pins, and we click on the pin, open a window and dialog. We add the image, name of the place, more information on the place, the distance in meters, and if we want to get more information about this place, we can click the button here more, open a new redirect Wikipedia page, and we can also two buttons, share location. We start share location. We can move, we get new pins. Next button is the fly to me. When you click fly to me, you return where you are. And that's all. It's our new map view. Thank you.
This is beautiful. I'm following along on my
Beautiful.
phone and it's amazing.
Isn't it great?
It's so good. Oh, so beautiful. These buttons are so cute.
Very
Mhm.
cute.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Alejandro, can you talk about how you added the icon view? Like I saw, you got it to generate with the GitHub Actions to create the temporary site for, like, what do you call that? It's like, it's a production site, but it's not full production. It's like a preview, the one that comes with each PR.
Oh yeah. Those are built in through the like Firebase hosting that we're using. So it's kind of linked up to GitHub. So those have been there all along. All the PRs have had their own kind of individual URL that you can go to.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like, whether Alejandro added the UI, like the storybook
Mhm.
URL, like, because I don't know, it was interesting that it pinned on the end and it says web app UI.
Oh, okay. That part. Yeah.
Yeah.
This tip, I create our own version of a storybook. For example, I can try to share again my screen. And for this view, we create a new root. It's a UI, and in our app where we put our roots, we add a new root. It's a UI. It's a other version or our version of the storybook because it's very manually, I think, our work, but I think it works because we add the assets like icons first, iconography, like about, and I would like to use the storybook or the library maybe, but I think I don't know how to use the storybook, but it's the same, similar to storybook. We get the same or similar result with the storybook. I don't know if answer your question.
Yeah, it was mostly like, I saw this and I know how it works, but I thought you should demo it for posterity because it's a very lovely add-on. And was a big part of before we even got y'all got through this week's work. So I just had to have it recorded.
Nice. Yeah, that was a super nice idea. Just like your own version of storybook, like fast to put together because you only had a week to do it, but it was a really great way to showcase the components, and it's a smart idea.
I agree. It was really slick.
It makes me wonder if we should use actual storybook in future cohorts. Like when they get to that design phase, kind of behind the scenes, the mentors could set up a storybook or something so that they can, all the teams can iterate on their components or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if we could like just have it set up and ready to go, you know what I mean? So there wouldn't be all of that configuration stuff.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about Storybook is like all the config. So if it were ready, yeah, that'd be cool. Be a really good thing to like talk about in interviews and stuff. It is something that is used so widely. I like that.
Yeah, I would say because yeah, the storybook concept that was completely new to me. So I'm glad that I got a little bit of exposure to an idea of what it is during this project.
Yep, cool. All right.
Beautiful.
Anything else for the demo? Anything else y'all want to
Yeah.
show or?
Yeah, there's the other views that we can
Okay,
definitely
great.
show. Should I go ahead and jump in on that there?
Yeah, go for it.
Got some nods and everything. Here we go. All right. So I have it hanging out here. This is what Alejandro was showing with the map view. I'm going to go ahead and share my location first, and then head on over to our list view. So this is definitely, I know the South High School is definitely very close to me, and the Midtown Farmers Market, Lake Street Bridge, or train station. If I go ahead and want to take a look at the location here, I can go ahead and click on it and it will highlight. And then if I want to see more information, I click the info button, and that will bring us to that Wikipedia entry to be able to check that out. Now, one of the fun things that if we all decide to work on this in the future, when coming back, it does stop sharing location and automatically puts us back to the default location, but that's a minor little thing to play with down the road. We do have our settings set up right now. You don't see anything if you are not sharing your location, and then it prompts you to share your location to adjust how frequently the app refreshes with new data. So if I go ahead and share my location again, we now get the nifty little slider. This is effective when you are actively sharing your location and can improve the battery life of your device. And then down below, we see the various suggestions of car, train, bicycle, or walking for the type of transportation a person is using. As you slide, it does give different amounts. I just realized we removed the word seconds, so that will be a good thing to add later down the road. And so that would be settings. And then the final one is the help page. Alejandro, do you want me to do that, or do you want to go ahead and show the help page?
No, you continue.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So if we go to the question mark, we do have a nifty little help page just to kind of give some information about what's near me. Just kind of saying what it is. One of the fun little things last night, ended up working on some installation instructions. So if you click on the Apple for iOS, you get a lovely little pop-up with a quick video that I did on my phone to just kind of show the basic walkthrough and then to be able to click on it. Down below, some written directions for people to be able to use. Also have for Android to be able to show how to add it. And then just like the other one, have the directions down below written out. And then just a list of some of the features and what they do within the app.
Those instructions are amazing. I love that. I love that video.
That's great.
Yeah, amazing work. It was so beautiful.
I think when I
Y'all
went
really-
to bed, it was not there.
That's funny.
I really love that y'all did all that work, and I am sorry, I had to turn off notifications because like I was like, oh my God.
Mhm, mhm.
I looked today and I was like, there's 300 messages.
I was realizing
it's
actually that
okay.
we should probably feed all that GitHub activity into our feed channel since we have one, like it just has the Jira stuff in there, but the GitHub could go in the feed channel as well and keep the team channel a little more focused on just the conversations. So we can do
Yeah.
that in the future.
Yeah, I was
there
at
was-
work and my phone was just like, oh, and I was like, and I like would jump in at a break to try to like look at a PR, and then Lauren's like approved, merged, and I was like, oh,
know.
I'm still reading it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we moved really fast this week. So I know, I mean, definitely, especially Alejandro, Jessica, Lauren too, like kind of went above and beyond the 5 hours this week for sure, especially Alejandro. And it's great that you had the time to and kind of get it to this level of polish. Of course, it's not at all an expectation that you would have done that, but the end result was amazing. I mean, it looks so professional and really great.
So beautiful.
Yep.
And it is nice when I think it is good to distinguish, like what you're just saying, the difference between, okay, 5 hours was the expectation, and nobody was expected to do anything beyond that, especially when it comes to the cumulative over the whole span of the 8 weeks
Mhm.
of averaging 5 hours a week. On the other hand, it is really nice when if someone does have the ability and time to put in more time, that's great. And I think it's just really good to make it clear that it's not an expectation, but
Mhm.
I don't mind that it happened to this app, that's for sure.
It looks
Right.
great. I'm really proud.
Yep, yep, great job. So you want to do a little retro?
Yeah.
Lisa's gonna recognize this retro because it's one that we did
Aw.
for all things consideration at Zapier. So, so yeah, so here's
Was
the
there a
board.
new link? Because
Yeah, there's a new
didn't-
link. I just put it in the Zoom chat. I'll put it in Slack as well,
Okay.
just so we have it there forever. Oh yeah, there's one right there in the
Mhm.
channel. So I will just walk y'all through this. So I've only done this type of retro once, but it was really interesting, really fun. So the idea is we're going to go back to the future. So, oops. All right. So if you imagine that you have 6 minutes, just 6 minutes to write no more than 4 tweets to yourself. 8 weeks ago, you. Okay. So, imagine like 8 weeks ago, you're getting this kind of visit from yourself from the future, giving you advice or telling you just kind of like things about the project or how it's going to go, whatever you would want to tell yourself. Tell 8 weeks ago you, knowing what you know now. So I'm terrible at this, but I'm gonna start a timer. Let's see, how do I set a timer? Can I change the timer? That's the question.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So I'm going to start 6 minutes in just a second, and then you'll have that time to write out your 4 tweets, as many as you want, but up to 4. And then we'll just share what you told your former self. Does that make sense to everybody? First time I did this, it kind of bent my mind a little bit. So if you have any questions. Everyone good? Okay, cool. All right, here we go. 6 minutes.
I do have a question. How do I write anything? Let's see. Do I have to click the
Oh,
pixel?
sorry. So the way you create a sticky by here, I'll pause the timer so I'm not losing time here. Here, let me share my screen again. Realizing this is the first time all of you have ever used Metro Retro. So so if you go over here to the left, there's this move tool, which is actually really like the point at things tool. And then if you go on to the white area, you can just double click and it'll create a new card, and then you can type. And then you can drag them around and stuff. When we get to the sharing part, these tools are really fun because you can do things like throw confetti and put emoji on stuff and everything. So yeah, so that's how that works. Is that clear for everybody?
Now I got it. Okay.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I use this tool regularly and have to ask every time, how do I create a card again? Because I can't remember for some reason. I just learned how the confetti tool worked yesterday. Again, we've been using this tool for months.
It's true.
Okay, why is this so hard for me? I have like a tweet and then now I'm trying to double click, but it just brings me back to the same tweet.
Sometimes it gets confused and I have to reload the page and it'll kind of reset the UI, but.
Okay.
Oh, Lauren, I think you typed into the like into the thing at the
Wasn't I
top.
supposed? Oh,
You're supposed to make cards for yourself.
yeah. I double clicked and that's just what it did. It like turned into that too. Well,
Oh,
there it is.
I love it though.
That's one of mine.
1 minute left. You finished, Lauren? Is that what that was for?
Done after my technical challenges. I'm a technology professional, everyone.
All right. Is everybody done? Do anybody need more time? No, this is first time using the tool, so we may be still working on stuff. It's fine.
We've used Metro Retro for all of our other things. I just really am not good with things like that.
Oh, you're right. We have been using it, haven't we? That's
Yeah, we just haven't done this.
Okay.
Slow learning.
Can't be good at everything.
I have so many
Right.
teams now that I forget who does what. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just realized, yeah,
You
I
shouldn't be
explained
required
Metro
to
Retro to
remember
people who've been
any
using it
stuff.
for 8 weeks. Literally every meeting is Zapier now. I'm like, which team am I talking to? Oh yeah. All right, is everybody done?
Yeah, I somehow erased one, so I had to redo it.
Oh, okay. Give me a second to do that.
It's fine. I got it now. I was just like, what happened?
Okay.
Remind me how to
Ah.
make confetti.
Oh,
You
yeah,
have
yeah.
to drag it. I just learned this yesterday.
You have to what? What it?
Click and drag your anchor and then
Yeah.
pew.
Pew pew.
My anchor.
Pew.
I have an anchor.
Like you have like your little cross, your pointer, your cursor. And
Yeah.
So you go the confetti tool, right?
Oh,
Click on that.
The thing that says confetti? Okay, got it.
But it's not
Yeah.
that simple. You don't just click. You have to
Right.
drag and then
And pull.
pop it. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
It's like
Um,
shooting a rubber band.
Yes. Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, or what we're gonna do, sorry, is go from bottom of the list to the top of the list. And so what I'll do is highlight, Alejandro, we're gonna highlight your posts, and then you can make them public, and then you can talk through your 4 tweets. What would you have said to yourself 8 weeks ago?
I love
Okay.
this exercise.
Okay. My first card is you will live a great experience building your app because you learn a lot when you build this app. The next is you will have good times and great memories and stories to talk about with your friends. Because we live a lot good times. For example, yesterday at tonight, my computer is dying. I need to reboot, and Jessica waved me and passion with me. Thank you. And the next, you always should create a small task and subtask and try to public communication because will be helpful. Because when I share, this is the reason maybe we have a thread with more than 100 message, but it's very helpful because we can communicate public and all the team knows what are you doing, we are doing. And then finally, I think an iPhone or a new computer would be interesting. You have when your test or maybe some problem. Thank you.
Oh, those are great.
Cool. All right, Katya, you know, make yours public.
Mine is enjoy the process of getting to learn what working in a Kanban team is all about, as well as try getting my head around Jira, and it's not the easiest of interfaces. Also, remember that the project is a lot of work to get it right. Guard your time and avoid being pulled in every direction and feeling exhausted. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Those are good. Very real. These sound a lot like the same things I see on our team.
Yes, right. Okay, Jessica.
All right. Let's make sure here. All right. So, number 1, ask more questions. You want to, so ask them when you have them, no matter what is going on or what your impression of others' workflow is. Number 2, you will get overwhelmed and you will feel silly about it. Don't let it drag you down. It will hinder the workflow of others. 3rd, you actually like working in groups more than you realized. In all these years, you thought you didn't.
Oh.
And and number 4, remember when you barely had to try all through school? Yeah, just another reminder that that ship sailed a long time ago, and that's okay.
I love that. Very real.
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
All right, Megan. Oh, you're
Yeah, I get lost in the sidebars to unmute. Clear a routine for work and document work after every session. I think part of that's just time management, especially with work and stuff. And then that way being able to keep track of what you did. Like in our last cohort, we might have overdid it, but I kind of enjoyed it. So writing PRs were very meticulous, but I like still go back to those PRs and like I found accessibility links that we had found before, stuff like that. Learning so much from all of y'all. Every person approaches problems differently. And, you know, every time people talk about having different types of team members from different backgrounds and perspectives, like it's so true. Like you would, if you only hear the same way to do something every time, it's like, there's so much you miss out on. Done is better than perfect. Just get the minimum done, add to it later. I know I have an issue with that. Like I have to research 500 things before I even start. Just get it done. I've never had the problem of working across time zones, and while it's kind of difficult, it's an awesome problem to have. I mean, what kind of experience is that to work with someone in London and Bolivia and in the middle of the US and West Coast? So that's an awesome problem to have, despite I feel so bad for Katya. We're like, okay, are we eating breakfast or dinner while we're working at the same time? But yeah, everybody is extremely accommodating and flexible in that way. It was awesome.
Thank you. Stacy, what happened? You were up here. Now you're down here.
Oh, I didn't ever write any cards. It probably just moved me because I don't know why it moved me.
Okay.
I didn't have any.
Okay. All right, Lauren. You have 3 cards
Where's
and
my
the headline.
share? And then where's my share
it's
button? I see a button that says things.
Down at
Okay.
the bottom of the
Okay.
screen, it should say like make them
Oh,
public.
there it is.
Show.
Okay.
Show.
It was hidden below my toolbar.
There you go.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah.
I like
so
that you at mentioned yourself in each of your tweets.
I'm a rule follower.
I
Okay.
love
So I just want to say that this team is so capable. I can't believe how quickly you all just conquered all of the technical challenges and really not just came up with a way to do it, but came up with really solid ways to do everything. I was very impressed. The project is challenging, and I'm glad that I looked at it ahead of time and took the time to build it, so I knew how to help you if you all got stuck. And then 2 things for myself as a mentor: take time every week, just check in everyone. Even quick notes are just a good idea. And then as a mentor, I make sure to stress that this isn't school, it's not a job, that this is the time to try things and totally bomb and fail. Like this is the safe space to do that.
Love it. Let's see. I will share. I don't know if I can highlight my own, but anyway, mine are these bottom 4. So yeah, so what I would, I guess, go back in time. These are maybe a little more detailing on you or something. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I still don't understand this retro. But anyway, Lauren, would you mind moving your cursor?
Sorry.
Get out of here.
But the team you're on is filled with lovely, earnest, hardworking people. It's such a gift to get to spend this time with all of you all. It's going to be 8 weeks ago, I would tell you it's going to be tempting to put more than 5 hours a week in, partly because, with the other project, it was, the cadence was very clear, 1 story per week. And here there's the option of doing more, or like, things might kind of naturally stretch into multiple weeks and stuff. So make sure to prioritize your health first when you're in that situation. Another thing that I would go back and tell us is that JIRA stories are a starting point for conversation. They're not written in stone. They are, they're incomplete and they're imperfect. And sometimes they are, they're just sort of one person or, a couple people's idea of what could happen or should happen. And you all bring, different experiences and different kind of outlooks to the process. So yeah, those are, I think we learned that over the course of it, and we did a really good job of kind of coming up with some really nice adjustments. And then I just want to say every developer on this team is just destined to do amazing things in tech. You all are so talented, so much drive, and you work so hard at it, and you work so well together. I know you're all going to have those jobs in tech soon, and you're going to be just kind of off and running. The pizza emoji and cupcake emoji are perfect for that card. But it's been an honor to spend the last 8 weeks with all of you, and just kind of just doing the thing. It's yeah, I'm really proud of every single one of you.
Yep. Absolutely.
This was a hard project. Like, I was looking at this project thinking, I'm shocked that you all delivered this in 8 weeks, because I've seen professional developer teams do far less in 8 weeks. So amazing work. This is incredible.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hard one.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's a really good perspective to hear. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all did amazing work.
Yeah, especially considering like you're a new group. You came together. You've all done stuff in our kind of in the environment that the Collab Lab creates, but you'd never worked together before. And so to be able to come together, get productive fast, get through all that, that was a lot of features, a lot of tricky things, a lot of state to manage, asynchronous stuff, right? A lot of learning happened. So that was intense, but you did it. You pulled it off, and it looks great. And yeah, great job.
What now?
Proud of you. I say that all the time now, Stacey. Proud of you.
I know a couple people here are doing Career Lab. Is that right?
Yeah, I signed up thanks to Katya's told me that I should. And
yeah, oh good.
Oh, nice. Great.
So that's one thing that's next, I guess.
Oh yeah, we have a new session too. I haven't told anybody about yet, but there's a brand new session this time. So Katya, if you want to come to this one, you should too. I can invite you, or anybody who didn't sign up. If you didn't do Career Lab yet, you can still like come to the sessions that are like meetings or watch the replays. But there's a new one that is navigating finances for career switchers. So
I saw that.
I think it's
so
going to be
good.
like talking about how to negotiate and what to do about your finances. So I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
would like to hear that one.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
would
we
be
should make
great.
maybe a more general announcement about that one, Stacey. It is sort of, we're putting it within the framework of Career Lab, but we should probably just invite the whole community to that one.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Awesome. And then, yeah, so we're gonna run 6 teams next cohort. We're gonna have 2 teams in Europe and Africa, 1 in Latin America, and 3 in North America. So that'll be our first time running 6 teams. Didn't quite get enough mentors together to run like Australasia, Oceania, or Asia, like kind of South Asia, but we're working on that. So we have a couple of people in those regions who are interested. So hopefully maybe we're gonna have to not, once we do that, we can't, well, once we're kind of, Australia and New Zealand, we can't call it, we can't use our seasons as the names for the cohorts anymore.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
I
not,
suppose we can't anyway, like, because South
I know.
America.
It's not fall for Alejandro at the moment, right? Springtime.
Is that the way it works? It like totally flips? Like,
yeah. Like our summers
Yeah.
are winter.
I knew summer and
Sure.
winter were opposite, but I'm like, those other ones flip too. It's weird.
Yeah, because they go in the same order. So so we will need to change the nomenclature once we're doing that. But or probably just starting next year. But anyway, hoping to kind of by maybe another couple cohorts have teams kind of running all around the world. So
yeah,
we should probably get some insurance at that point. We'll talk about it at the board meeting. Anyway, so that's exciting. But yeah, so
That's so cool. That's excellent to have that many teams all over running. Yeah.
Here we
like
go.
I know. And it's actually really fascinating because it's like I'm starting to learn that like in India, it's a very different sort of progression that people make into software. Like anybody who's going to go into software has pretty much done a computer science degree, and then they're doing something like they might do a boot camp or something like Collab Lab to get practical experience to kind of make them better at their job. But it's like here, it's a lot more career switchers and people who've done something and who are now trying to get into tech. So I think there may be some adjustments we make to the program and stuff as we move into different parts of the world, but it's kind of a fun thing to figure out.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll look it up myself. That's fine.
Well, when you find out whatever that was, tell me, because I probably don't know it either.
I'm making a note. It's all good.
Right.
I'm still asking the question. I'm just going to ask it in a different way. That's all.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Anything else anybody wants to say before we kind of call it a team? Call it a project? Yeah.
Don't be a stranger. Stay around, stick around, come to things, help
Yes.
people.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let us know how we can help you if you need help with other things, if you need.
Yes, interviews and recommendations and all of those things.
Yeah, definitely LinkedIn, recommend each other. I don't know that endorsements do much good, but the recommendations are definitely visible and useful and stuff. So, and if you're at all confused about how to present Collab Lab on your LinkedIn profile and stuff, we have we have like examples of that, and we have with thoughts. So definitely ask that. But yeah, great work over the last 8 weeks, everybody. So fun. Great work, Lauren. I mean, so fun to do this with you because you're so good. And you're like so organized and like, I've been really stretched thin between work and this. So you've just been kind of keeping things moving and picking up pieces where I wasn't able to kind of jump in. So I thank you so much for all of that.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that
was great.
Yeah.
We'll see you all around. Again, let us know how we can help you. And I love you all. So proud of you.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.